Good afternoon. Happy Friday. This is Anna, your hostess for this group, Soul and Heals, where women come to learn what it means to embody sacred success. And I am back to like almost 100% feeling healthy and complete and in integrity with my health. My ears are still a little bit clogged, but it's like literally 20% of my hearing that's still like in and out, which is a huge gift considering that for 2 weeks I could barely hear. So I'm really present to how grateful I am for my hearing and for my eyesight and for my taste buds and for my sense of smell and touch and just like um, for all the senses that I am here in this physical human body to experience life with. So yeah, here, that's what I'm celebrating and being grateful for today. All the physical senses. Hold on, let me see. I'm playing with light. This is my Friday no makeup face. So what I am here to share with you today is about what I am working with about power, trust, and permission. And it's this thing that opened up for me this week, and I am diving deep, ripping it apart, and seeing how the three of them, sneaky, work together, dance together to keep me away, to keep me safe from success. You can apply this to your business. You can apply this to your life. Um, if you have business, it's probably going to be pretty easy to see, but seriously, you will be able to see a relation of this in your life, in all aspects of your life, in your job, in your I saw it in my relationship, I saw it with my health as well, but very specifically the place that I'm looking at with it, of course, it's my business, because I help spirit-led, heart-centered entrepreneurs create their business in alignment with their soul purpose and their soul level gifts. So business is always the language that I use to talk about all the things that I'm discovering and all the things that I want to share with you. So let's talk about, and I'm looking because I want to make sure I have it written down here, what I want to talk about. So it's right here to my right. Probably going to be to, whatever, it's to my right. So I'll be looking right there at my notes, okay? I also have an amazing cup of tea, my Earl Grey. It's actually a double bergamot Earl Grey. I think I did a live, I think I did a live, or maybe it was a recording for my Sacred Success Bootcamp program. But I know I did a recording where I shared that I found this double bergamot Earl Grey tea. And I was just like, I love Earl Grey tea. And when I saw that it's like a double bergamot, it's this extra. So bergamot is the spice. It's also used in perfume. It's this very specific taste that's used in Earl Grey tea that gives this Earl Grey, that makes it Earl Grey instead of just black tea. So when I saw it's from Stash Teas, no plug. It's just I want to share with you. So if you want to get it, and I'm like, double bergamot. How much better can life get? It's double bergamot. So I'm enjoying my tea because it's we're getting a stormy weather here in Denver. It looks like the rains are going to start any moment. So all right, let's talk about this permission, power, and trust. So see where you can map this onto what's happening or ever has happened in your life. I have had the story that I've played out for many years, that when I worked for other people in any capacity, I was able to create miracles. 2 years ago, I was organizing live events, which I love to do, and I actually love organizing them for other people. I am I am fanatical about details and putting, like, the way I see it, it's like I orchestrate this harmony with all these moving pieces, and I just love it. So 2 years ago, I was deeply involved in growing my company that helped organize events. In a process of that, I met somebody who then I worked for I think like almost a year, 6 months to a year, and I helped him launch his book, build book funnels, these crazy marketing campaigns, and then organize this amazing event in Nashville. I like did things that I want to do for myself, but I was doing for him. And I really, really enjoyed doing what I was doing in the moment. Like I was really entrenched in it and I was really committed to their success, to his success, to the company's success. And that was just one of the examples of like when and I was getting paid really well for it as well. So I got these things happen for his company. And I like really stepped into this power of being able to create miracles for him. The story that I have, and this is not the first, this is just like an example of a pattern that I've recognized. When there is somebody else that is standing behind what I'm doing with their idea, with their stand, I am able to perform miracles, like blow it out of the water, whatever the saying is. Like really make it happen and really be amazing. When I take on my idea, my business, take on stand for something super unique, I play this game with myself where I only go so far. And I played with ceilings and all these levels, different levels of like what's like in a way of me really doing it like the way I do it, have done it for other people, because I've worked with other companies before where I was instrumental in creating their success. Usually it was several health supplement companies, and prior to that it was internet companies, software companies. So I'm playing with it, I'm sitting with this, and what I realized was that it's gonna be really simple, right? Like when I say this is gonna be really simple, and then I want you guys to map it on and see if this is present for you. I was able to see it immediately where it's also at play for a couple of my clients. When it was somebody else's thing, I'm just gonna call it thing, okay? I had their permission, their permission to make something happen. I did not have to take responsibility for taking a stand for what it is I was creating. I was creating it, but I didn't have to fully take responsibility for it. And that's a level of loss of power, because I gave up my power to whatever they wanted to create. Now, I hope you guys can see this. Like, I don't see myself as a not powerful person, and I know that what I'm doing, I am powerful and I am empowered, and power is part of my purpose. So I play with that a lot, and trust is part of my lesson. So I play with that a lot as well. So the way I was seeing it is that I was giving up power to somebody else's, like I point behind me because it literally occurred to me as there was somebody else standing behind me saying, this is what we're going to create. And then I expanded it and made it happen. So that's why I'm pointing it on the back, right? Like there is somebody standing on a bag that if this doesn't work, they're gonna pick it up. You get that? Like they're gonna pick it up. That is a level of not fully taking responsibility for what it is that I'm creating. I also didn't 100% have to trust myself because there was somebody else saying, this is what I want to create. And then I stepped into it. Yes, there was a level of trusting that I can do this. Otherwise, I would have not stepped into it and have done what I did, the level of success that I created. But it's only so far. Like 100% trust in me creating what it is that I stand for wasn't there, because the trust was still laying on top of the fact that, oh, they know what they're doing. Like if they see this vision, that then I'm gonna trust it and then make it happen, right? So there is this level of, so now when I saw this, right, I'm like, I'm creating my business and I have a certain level of success, but there is this constant I'm going to call it a ceiling because that's the best way I can explain, but it really occurs like a cocoon, right? Like I only will do so far. And then I got sick, like literally I was about to burst out and I got sick. So what I saw for myself was this like And the story I've been saying for years, I want somebody to help me with this breakthrough because I can create tremendous results and make a lot of money when I work for somebody else in any capacity. But when I stand for the thing that I am creating on my own permission, trust, and power, then I only will go so far. And I saw this, like, again, I need permission from somebody else telling me that what I'm doing is valuable, is valid, is powerful, it's needed. And your testimonials and testimonials from my clients are not enough. Do you get that? Like, I know what I'm doing is powerful. I know I'm changing lives, but that's not enough. There is this level of power that's like almost like an authority thing, where the power for me was coming from this like authority place. This person behind me had an authority higher than me. They hired me, so their authority was higher than me in creating this thing we were creating. Like, the buck stopped with them, right? Now when the buck stops with me, even though the last gig I called the shots, but when I called the shots and something didn't work, I still wasn't the one who had to pick up who like had to deal with it. Like, ultimately it was the person who was saying, let's do this, right? Like the guy who hired me. So the buck really stopped with them. So now when the buck stops with me, right, I am the one who has to trust beyond any shadow of the doubt that what I'm doing is impactful, powerful, is going to speak to people and make a difference. And again, testimonials weren't enough to tell me that. And people and like the results my clients are getting aren't enough to tell me that. And then there is a, hi Carrie, I didn't even see you were here because I'm so like involved in what I'm saying. So there is so like there was this permission from that this person was giving me to do this, and like, they didn't say like, oh Anna, I'm letting you do this, right? Like, do you get the permission was like this, like it was really this imagined level of stopping myself, right? Like, people speak about, oh, you know, you need permission to really go for it. Like, I give it to you. You need permission to make certain amount of money. Like, who, and there was this whole work to be done around money mindset, where whose permission would you need to make certain amount of money? And this person isn't giving you permission physically because they're not the ones who said you shouldn't. It's really all about the stories we have in our head. Like, if your parents only made certain amount of money, you need permission really from yourself to make anything above that to be like have a better life than they do. So this is the kind of permission I'm talking about, right? It comes from self-trust, and it comes from like self-empowerment and trusting that you have the power to make things happen, and trusting that you also are somebody who can deal with unintended consequences. And when poop hits the fan, you are still somebody, you trust yourself to be somebody who can handle all that's going to like fall apart, right? Trusting yourself, knowing that you have the power to make it happen, and trusting yourself that you are somebody who can clean it up. And giving yourself permission. And it's such a cliche thing, but it all plays together, like giving yourself permission to actually step into that level of power and really trust yourself, knowing that you can. It's not even trust yourself that you can get it done. The way it showed up with this like inner play is, I trust myself to be somebody who can clean the shit up if it doesn't work out. Pardon my language, but it just the strength of a word came through. So all of that is stopping me, keeping me safe from a certain level of success, right? Because if I work for somebody else, this is in my world, right? But as a business owner, see if you can exceed it for yourself. And this can apply to, like, if you want to make millions, or if you want to hit six figures or multi-six figures at any level. If you feel like you're getting stopped by something and you see a pattern of getting stopped, then just look if this is in any way if this is in any way showing up for you, this play between power, trust, and permission, keeping you safe from success. Because this is what's been happening for me, right? The dance that's been going on has kept me from a certain level of success, because working for somebody else, I can only succeed so much. I will always be working for somebody else. I will, in whatever way, whether I'm a contract employee or a full employee, or no offense, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm an entrepreneur, right? So maybe as an employee for you, see as an employee if it shows up, like if you are only allowing yourself to go so far. So working for somebody else, I will still always be behind this person. So my level of success, I can set whatever goals I want and like expand within their company, but I am still standing second in position behind this person, right? I am shielded from failure by them, and I am shielded by success by them, from success by them. When they are no longer in a play, like I am processing this right here, right now with you guys. When this other person I'm working for is no longer in play, in equation, because I am the one who the buck stops with, I am the owner of the company, I call the shots, and I pick up the poop after when it doesn't work. I also direct and control how much success I am going to achieve. And if you have a story that success is scary, I do, layers of it. And that's whole, I'm going to make a video about that, like layers of success, loss of freedom, all of that. Level of responsibility I'm not willing to take on, because I love my free time and I love my freedom. Then this permission, power, and trust stepped in and danced together to keep me at the certain level. So again, permission came from somebody else. The power that I used came to create their vision, and I trusted myself to carry out their vision, their plan, and I trusted myself to do it. When it's my own thing, when the buck stops with me, I now have to trust myself to be the person who can clean it up when it doesn't work, or clean it up when there's like kinks, right? Like clean it up and stand in the face of whatever shows up when I stretch, when I stand for something, when I create something, right? There'll be ruffles, there'll be consequences to deal with, unintended consequences, and I had to trust myself to be the person who can clean it up. It's not even, for me, it's not even a trust that I can do it. It really is a trust that I can handle and clean up whatever doesn't work, or whatever needs to be cleaned up in a process. And then this permission now, when I work for somebody else, carry out somebody else's vision, look at it that way, it's their permission for me to be a certain way, to carry it out and make it happen. But now it's my own, right? Like permission has to come from me and nobody else. And the interplay of these three, trust, permission, and power, was swirling together, conniving, keeping me safe from going to the next level of my success in my business. I want you to just like really take it on and see if this is true in any way, in any area of your life, especially in your business. If it sparks you, pokes you, if it makes sense, if it gives you something to think about, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you if this is something that you see stopping you from starting your business or growing your business, because the same thing will happen for you that will stop you from even wanting to start a business. If this is something that you see stopping you from expanding your business, building your business aligned with your soul purpose, or starting a business at all, I would love to talk to you. If you and I haven't spoken yet, anybody is granted 45 minutes of my time, free, for a free discovery and breakthrough session. And I kick butt on discovering what is stopping you and then standing there with you while you break through it. So I'm going to post a link below this video. If we haven't spoken yet, book your free 45-minute breakthrough session. And I would love to hear from you as you listen to this. If there is anything that sparked you, moved you, or if you were related to anything that I shared. I keep playing with this So I will keep sharing with you guys here in this group as it opens and evolves, and the results that it's allowing me to create in my business. Have an amazing Friday. Stand up, speak, be powerful, because the world needs us now more than ever. And it's Friday, October 5th, and it's a pretty powerful day in a politics that's happening out there for us today. So we really need to be, we need to act beyond permission, trust ourselves, and really be powerful like we came here to be. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.